part 2 tonight's stream, which is the Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater demo, which came with PlayStation Magazine, official PlayStation Magazine, as their, what was this, their 86th issue. Let's see here. This is what our disc looks like. And what interests me about this is that, like, Metal Gear Solid 3 was clearly, like, the headliner on this demo disc. And they included what looks like Ashley Wood art from the Metal Gear Solid 1 graphic novel, interestingly. So, yeah, they gave it a little bit of Metal Gear branding there, but not MGS3. Where's the... How do you... Come on, fella. There we go. Yeah, I figure at the time, like, the guess that I have... The guess that I have is that they probably wanted something unique and not MGS1 or MGS2 related to show off the visual presence, but at the same time, you know, Snake Eater art might have been in limited circulation, so yeah, they got what art they could. Let's see, there's my controller. What have we got here? And yeah, Mexican Sting, the snake in the game, they effectively condensed him down into... he's a much more MGS2 Solid Snake to me, but he does have the many of the, like, the special camos from MGS3 in there too. Swayart, this is the Metal Gear Solid 3 demo. Wow, 2004, man. Coming back. Okay. Yep, there we go. Oh wow, Monster Hunter! Ghost in the Shell, Fight Club, Robotech Invasion, Crash Bandicoot game, Neo Contra! Wow, oh, I love that game. Silent Hill. Wow, this has some meaty entries on it. Yes, they used to release the demo discs with PlayStation Magazine. Exit Survival Viewer. All right. Here we go. Pad vibration. Oh man. I don't think that works on modern systems anymore. Forbidden Siren. Is that entry in the Siren series? Yeah. Welcome to feeling old, Dustin. It doesn't get better. Oh, KCEJ, breaking my heart. For some reason, this disc just breaks a PlayStation 2 emulator. Actually, one of the reasons why it's kind of cool to be able to stream this, when I tried to run this disc through an emulator, through like a DVD-ROM drive, the visuals here just get really screwed up with the lighting. It just breaks it. Oh, weird. It's the PAL name of Siren. I didn't know that. Yeah, Mexican Sting. Given your interests, I think that that janky Fight Club demo is absolutely something that is part of your just ambient worldview. I can see that returning to consciousness for you quite easily. All right, let's see what we got. My God, such good feelings. I've loved this when it came out. This is so cool. Maybe the only version of this intro where the Japanese VOs are presented in English? I don't know. Maybe they are presented in English in the Japanese version as well. I've never played it. Banjo Ginga? Didn't he play Liquid? Yeah, Swayard. Oh, man. Oh, he was Zero. Wild. So good. That's interesting. I think in the English version, he's asked, does this panty waist know what he's doing? Wonder why they changed that. Same Mexican Sting. I love the music. This whole cinematic is just gorgeous. Super cool. Yeah, my dad, who actually was a paratrooper, I think it was like a few years after Snake Eater came out, and he watched that opening sequence with me, and he saw the spinning and the somersault, and he was like, what the hell is he doing? Like, stylized dad. Action movie stuff. It's really amazing how much... Oh, that's right. How much better this flows without the briefing section interrupting the cutscene. Yeah, it keeps the adrenaline going. So cool. Oh, believe me, Zero, we're gonna know a lot about Fulton's before this series over. The Metal Gear Solid 3 trailers were just amazing. That was back when a lot of the fan speculation after Metal Gear Solid 2 came out was like wondering how it was going to be weird or surprising. I remember just combing through those things for details. Motosada Mori is an interesting guy. He's the tactical advisor for all of these, and I think that he actually did Snake's motion capture for the CQC sequences. And he actually wrote the Metal Gear Solid Drama CD, which is a very strange thing. It uses all the MGS1 characters, but with a different plot, as though MGS1 hadn't happened, I think? I always wish I could have listened to that, or a localization of that. Such a good Snake moment. Snake's same posture when he lands on the deck of the tanker at the start of the tanker mission in MGS2. Oh wow, I think Snake is actually a little more opaque here in the demo than he is for his model in the regular game. Oh, he lives in New Hampshire.
レストランで注文するほど好きではないが、そうも言っていられないかもね。ゼロ少佐、そっちはどう呼べばいい？そうだな。私はトムだ。トム少佐と呼んでくれ。今回のミッションはスニーキングミッションだ。敵に見つかってはならない。潜入の形跡も悟られてはいけない。わかるか？それが隠密部隊フォックスのトップ。
It is so weird that they turned the like Bond-loving English guy into the mastermind villain of the whole damn series. Yeah, Dustin, same. I noticed that he is wearing his olive drab here at the codec screen, and I wonder if that changes depending upon what I'm wearing when I make the codec call, or if it's just the same model they pull regardless.
Backpack.
Different hands, really.
私は君をずっと無線機でモニターしている。領空侵犯はできないが機内にいる。周波数は 140.85 だ。こちらから連絡がある場合はコールする。そちらから話があるときは先導してくれ。さあスネーク、バックパックを回収しろ。
Something that was lost in the subsistence build. I mean, being able to use the right stick and get a different perspective on the environment, and you take, like, see, you push that in there, and you click it, and it stays there. So you don't have to keep holding it down if there's like something in particular you're interested in seeing. For an iteration on the classic top-down Metal Gear style, I think this is a pretty elegant way of realizing that. Oh, wait, right. We're not modern game. There we go. Oh, wow, they really maxed out Snake's health and stamina. Oh, the stamina's the same, but his health is... I think you have to get injured like 1,000,000 times for it to get that big. Yeah, I love the Snake Eater version too. I remember thinking that the game's theme was scene. It was meme gene scene. And the fact that you had to use all of these tools to understand and navigate the environment made it feel like the gameplay itself was reinforcing that, which, you know, appeals to me. Pardon. I love that. I love the design of that call sign.
Snake, バックパックを回収したようだな。武器を使用するにはまずバックパックから取り出して身につける必要がある。サバイバルビュアーに入ってバックパックのウェポンを選ぶんだ。左上のウィンドウに持っている武器の一覧が表示される。その中から身につけたいものを選んで
Given that I've been watching so many Japanese movies from the 50s through 70s, hearing this in Japanese and reading the English text feels much more second nature now than it did when I played this demo back in 2004.
スタミナが低下すれば正確な射撃ができなくなったり、傷の治りが悪くなるなど作戦行動に支障が出てくるはずだ。スタミナ切れには十分注意してくれ。減ったスタミナを回復するにはジャングルに生息する動植物をキャプチャーして食べるといい。
Also, Nick, if you're still around, I noticed that you did follow like about 5 minutes before I ended the Peace Walker stream. Thank you for that. It'll be good to have you around.
専用のサプレッサーが装着してある。ただし、サプレッサーは発砲するごとに劣化する。耐久度がゼロになると消音効果がなくなるぞ。乱用は避けるんだ。サプレッサーの耐久度はアイコンに表示されている。
I remember an early idea that was floated around about this game in a lot of the pre-release press was the idea that you would make your own suppressors, like you would grab a mango or something and fit it around your barrel and use that to absorb some of the gas from the bullet firing.
弾丸も薬莢もな。そこはすでに不正規戦火の敵地内だ。米兵は存在してはならない。国際問題になる。
Yeah, I remember thinking, all those pre-release ideas just like going wild in my brain and just imagining what the hell this game could possibly be. And it turns out they made actually something that has so many variables that it does rival what I had in my head. Nick, yeah, I played the full MGS3 game. If you are interested in the comprehensive breakdown of it that I made, I've got a Foxhound Ranked video playthrough up on YouTube that breaks it apart.
無線機で君をバックアップするサポートチームはいる。誰が？紹介しよう。 今回の任務はサバイバルが重要なキーになる。君の体調管理、いわばメディックと記録を担当するスタッフだ。彼女もフォックスの一員だ。そして彼女もこのガンシップに同乗している。
Yes.
こんにちは。私はパラメディック。よろしくね。
Yeah, Raiden's voice having that kind of depth, I mean, it makes a lot of sense for, I mean, casting and a lot of just like anime and stuff like that, where more androgynous looking men have this sort of like deeper voice. But I guess it didn't seem natural enough to a Western audience, so they had Quentin Flynn, who can do a deeper voice, keep it sort of at a boyish, higher pitch.
私の周波数は 145.73 よ。
わかった。
Oh, she lives in Boston.
それからもう一人紹介したい人がいる。スネーク。ヘビといえばザボスを知っているな。
Speaking of snakes, you remember the boss?
実は長官
It's
から
kind of a backhanded thing to say with the boss on the line.
彼女がフォックスのミッションアドバイザーを務めてくれる。ザボスがミッションの立案にもザボスが協力してくれた。
That's no small time investment, Nick. So, congrats.
ジャック、聞こえる？何年ぶりかしら。
ボス。
そう、私よ。返事をして声を聞かせてくれる？
ああ。
Kikuko Inoue. I remember she's done a lot of stuff with Kojima Productions over the years.
わかるわ。あなたのことだから。
そうか。俺にはあんたのことがわからない。
何が言いたいの？
どうして突然俺の前から消えたんだ？
極秘ミッションだったのよ。あなたはもう一人前だったわ。
いや。
That is going to be a very storied bandana by the time this whole thing is done.
何もかもあなたに教えた。あとはあなたが自ら学ぶこと。
確かに技術は。しかし兵士としての精神は。
兵士としての精神？それは教えられない。真偽体。この中で他人から教わることができるのは技術だけ。むしろ技術はどうでもいいの。大切なのは心よ。心と体は対をなす同じもの。精神を教えることはできない。自分で習得するしかない。
Something about this is reminding me of the first samurai movie, Musashi Miyamoto, which has Mifune showing up as the legendary swordsman. And this whole difference between technique versus having the spiritual fortitude to know what being a soldier is as some sort of life practice is kind of part of the theme of that character's development. It's really interesting seeing these games now through that lens of the samurai movie, and putting it in correspondence with that. It opens up new dimensions of the mentor coming of age warrior relationships.
ましてや職業軍人なら任務に正義を持ち込むことはない。敵も味方もない。ただ任務でしかない。
I wonder that, Mexican Sting, and that is one of the reasons why I would like to see a Metal Gear 1 remake, because V is currently the one in possession of that bandana, and having Solid Snake take it from V would just make it all. I mean, really, this is the bandana saga. Yeah, Dream Bomb, it's, we see this in the regular Metal Gear series, the one that I'm familiar with on the English side. But, you know, a lot of recurring VOs. But they really had a core cast that they went back to for a lot of these games, in this sort of same general creative universe of Kojima's. Oh, totally Dream Bomb. I think V is the only one who has V is the one who has that capacity, that emotional space for a son. And that would actually be very interesting, with Solid Snake being the Solid Snake taking the spiritual heritage from V, even as he takes his genetic one from Big Boss.
スネークだったわね。ふさわしいコードネーム。
そうだ。第二次大戦中、ザ・ボスが編成した伝説の部隊もヘビだった。コブラ部隊。
Oh, okay, right, Cobra unit. That makes the, speaking of snakes, reference a little less, backhanded. Forgot about that.
そうだろ？
わかった、ボス。あんた以上に心強い人はいない。それと。
え？
また声が聞けて嬉しい。
そうね。お互いいつ
Oh man, I really like how it sounded like he was like belting out something sincere even if he didn't want to be sincere. That was a nice inflection.
サバイバルが重要になるわ。私が教えた CQC も役に立つはず。
CQC クロースクォーターズコンバットか。この数年はグリーンベレーにいた。かなり鈍ってるかもしれない。
大丈夫よ。
Yeah, because the Green Berets don't teach you anything.
サバイバル下での実戦任務は初めてでしょ。無線機でサポートするわ。
ボスはどこに？少佐のそばか。
ザ・ボスは北極海のパーミット級源泉から無線で参加している。
私の周波数は 141.80 よ。
Yeah, Solid Snake kills V, but Big Boss is the one who's sending him in as an agent. And it's so weird looking at those little FMVs in the corner, for a couple of reasons. One, like, it's so weird looking at those environments and seeing somebody just basically taking a mouse and dragging it through as the animations are playing out. And second, I think those were stretched resolution-wise on the HD collection, so they wind up being weirdly bloated as opposed to being in the original aspect ratio on the PS2. I always really liked those. I had a lot of fun with Metal Gear Solid 3 with a lot of the utilities that they had. This is back when I was using like Windows XP, I think. A lot of the utilities that they had for hacking into audio and graphic files on PS2 games. You could pull out those FMVs and they were just really fun just to kind of fawn over. And in fact, there's actually a whole set of exchanges between Snake and Eva during the bike chase that were localized into English, but and put on the disc, but never implemented. And they're here. They're in the Japanese as well. I think in the Japanese they actually used it. It's basically Snake and Eva during the bike escape sequence bickering like an old married couple. Where Snake is like telling her to watch her driving, and she's like, well, if you'd learn how to shoot, then, you know, I wouldn't need to make so many sudden turns. And but it really leans into like the whole like they're an item dynamic. Alright, let's change Snake's uniform. See what our codec looks like. I can only imagine that the loading in the disk for the demo is not optimized. Yep, there you go. Oh, cool! It's got a different call sound effect.
カムフラージュは不可欠よ。カムフラージュをするにはまずスタートボタンを押してサバイバルビュアーへ入りなさい。それからカムフラージュを選んで決定ボタンを押すのよ。そうすればユニフォームで野戦服、 フェイスでフェイスペイントが選べるようになるわ。野戦服はあなたが今いる場所に応じたパターンの迷彩を着るようになさい。その場所に溶け込むような迷彩を着れば高い偽装効果が得られるわ。逆に背景から浮くようなパターンの迷彩はかえって目立
Really?
ってしまうか
It's
ら。
in the FF7 remake. That's especially weird because the the Metal Gear Solid 3 codec sound is just like iconic. I think they loaded up weapons in the backpack. Holy crap! That is a lot. Those are a lot of guns they start you out with. I think that's a different icon for the magazine than. Oh, wow, a max carrying capacity of 999. Let's put. Not going to use that. Let's throw an anaconda at somebody. So what does my item menu look like? Okay. Oh, you can even see some of the early item names were abbreviated differently. MT and DTC sensor is abbreviated differently there. Oh man, those Gavial sound effects. This is one area that on the HD remake with the changed camera angle just like chugs. I see you opening your mouth, hoping that lunch will waltz right inside. I think there was, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. What you doing there, fella? Alright, cool. Oh man, I also remember how cool it was that the mud would stick on Snake's clothes depending on how deep he went. That's so cool. It's they're quite generous with the suppressors. I mean, I appreciate the optimism. Let's see. They also made the thermal goggles much less of... I remember in Metal Gear Solid 1, the thermal goggles actually made it much easier to read a lot of the environment and not just find enemies at their locations. So I wound up abusing that a lot, I think. But with the way they did the thermal goggles here, it actually makes looking at the environment somewhat unpleasant. So I'm disincentivized from using it. Including his face, really? I wonder if I... Let's see... Crawl into it. Let's try that. Well. Wow. Just, as soon as you hit those eyebrows, you're a dead man. Alright, let's try that again. I really like the letterboxing that happens as you enter and leave areas. Stylish and cool. Yeah, I didn't think that that I would die so fast. All right, let's try this again. Huh, that's neat. Can watch what I assume is supposed to be his burbling. This is, I mentioned when we did the MGS2 demo that when Snake goes into intrusion view, he basically just becomes a camera, and his legs and everything just sort of bunch up into this single ball of perception as you crawl through. And his legs aren't really noticeable. They actually make his legs respond to where you move in this, and it's interesting when you turn, you can see them catch up. Like, once you kind of slide slowly in place. So if I turn 90 degrees to the right, still catching up. Gonna see how far I can go. Watch, huh. Yeah, his legs are now submerged. That's neat. I absolutely believe that this is the kind of visual effect that would break the emulator. Let's see. Can I zoom in on his face? Huh. Maybe that's a feature of the full game that did not make it into the, that is not part of the demo. Oh no, wait, there you go. I see what you're getting at now. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's super goofy. I love it. It only happens, yeah, when you stand up. Thank you for letting me know about that. I had no idea. I bet you could probably get some really neat screenshots of that using the subsistence camera.
Shosa, 敵兵を2名発見。
おそらくソコロフを見張っている KGB の兵士だ。
AK-47 にグレネードか。
I'm very glad for the sake of whoever modeled these KGB characters that they came back as playable in Metal Gear Online, because after Ocelot ices them here, you see them never again. It looks like I reset my camo here back to olive drab.
少佐の言う通り、本作戦はジャングルでの隠密潜入が基本になる。
Well, your activated almonds can rest easy. No, I as well consider that basic manners on stream, so no worries.
ユニフォームで野戦服、フェイスでフェイスペイントが変えられる。その場所に溶け込むような迷彩を選べば、
I agree. It makes it extra weird because I think with the filter on, it kind of gives you this idea that it's this sort of like abstract space, especially with the grid in the background. This actually makes it feel like a debug model viewer. And it's also interesting, like, the, seeing him in this pose, you know, we often see Snake and Raiden kind of do, like, the fingers touching, on the throat or on the back of the ear or on the jaw as they're getting the, codec stimulating the bones in their ear. And this actually makes more sense because he is pushing the headpiece into his ear. If I'm remembering right, the subsistence... With the subsistence Metal Gear... Oh wow, it also reset my camo to olive drab for the character model as well. Let's switch that back. Yeah, I believe the KGB characters, every enemy type that they repurposed for Metal Gear Online had a special character that was kind of their commander. So the Ocelot unit, if you had a special character activated, it would be young Ocelot. Was Rykov for the standard GRU, and with the KGB, it was Sokolov, who the dubious honor of playing as him went to the player who did the worst in the previous round because Sokolov got stealth optical camo. Oh. Let's did it reset my backpack too? Yeah, it reset all this stuff. That's interesting. So when you enter the new area, it gets your loadout the same. I don't need that. Well, shoot. Someone's throwing snakes. Oh god, the music in this is so good. What is he? Is he somehow injured from that? Like, he looks like he's limping. He's also hurt in his arm. The snake really, really did a number on him. See if we can still do this. Oh. They really bring out the soldiers here. I'm gonna throw a snake at somebody else and see if I can break their malnourished bones. Yes, Dream Bomb. I agree. It was, it's good to see him get more creative freedom after doing Raiden's sort of jazzy theme in MGS2. And yes, Penitent. I hydrate regularly. Thank you for asking. Okay. Yeah, the camera still does the thing where... Huh. Stop that. Still does that thing where it seems to... No, this is different. I remember in MGS2 the camera seems to sort of like, when you go into first person it sort of shows up in the chest, and you're kind of looking at guards from that perspective, but this actually does seem to hone in on the eyes. That must be my blood. Oh wait, did that kill it? That killed it. Let's see if this snake hurts him also. Wait, what? That is a weird bug that I've never seen before. He just keeps getting up and teleporting to the left. Oh. Let's kind of just use our OP CQC here. Wait. I didn't have a weapon out, and he reacted as though I held him up. Yeah, this guy's bugged. That's cool. There is a, I have this up on my personal channel, what I call the Black Lodge glitch, because, basically, if you attack enemies in one of the areas right before the end with bees, enemies will run to the nearest level exit to get away from the bees. Apparently in the code there is a level exit that is located at a wall that otherwise you have no way of seeing and you can't interact with as a player. But you chase the characters and they run toward this wall and just disappear because they're getting away from the hornets. And I'm gonna just kind of poke this guy and see if we... It seems like if I try to hold them up enough times, they fight back. Which I don't remember from the main game. Oh, let's get our snake back out here for throwing. Oh, I killed it. Damn it. Okay. Alright, let's hide.
どうした。
動くな。
Okay, yeah. They'll be there for a while. Oh! Oh, that's interesting. The held up guards do not go into alert status when you are seen as before. Ah, so cool. I remember this was very thrilling to have as a possibility. Sounds like our friend is still super bugged. Eat something. I really like that. Yeah, Dreambomb, I think that's exactly right. Which is, I mean, as far as the game goes, exactly why I think this is my favorite. I like this one even more than MGS5 gameplay-wise. To a large... Oh, there you are. To a large extent because the thing about the Tanker's sandbox experience is that it's very, it's very, I mean, just like it's about playing around and seeing what kind of reaction you get from the environment. And MGS5 is much more about finding tactical ways of doing achieving different goals. And they kept the playing around, see what the environment responds to element of the Tanker in this. Level design wise, I think the big difference, the big difference between what MGS2 is achieving and what this does, a lot of it comes back to, I want to enter the next area without caution going, so I'm going to wait a sec. The fact that, like, MGS2's areas, I mean, it's a circle, so you're meant to enter those levels from different points and have the challenge be meaningful, regardless of where you enter from. Whereas this, it's about running forward. It's not about backtracking like the other MG games up to this point were. So, the challenge here, design-wise, is more about how many different ways can we make it possible to get from point A to point B, and have them all be interesting and responsive to all the tools in your utility belt. Whereas MGS2 is about how can we design this level to be interesting from a lot of different angles. I think. I also think that is one of the reasons why it made more sense, just conceptually, for besides the thematic sense that it makes for MGS2 to have VR missions. What? Man, that snake really did a number on him. That the VR missions make more sense in MGS2 because those levels were designed to be used in a lot of different ways. He is... I threw a snake at him, and that hurt one of his arms and also one of his legs. Nope. And in that instance, I guess he was patrolling around, and his patrol took him to... his patrol took him through that log. So he climbed on board, limpingly, and that's what we got. Oh man, I didn't get the cutscene that shows me I can shoot bees and harass. Like that. I love this guy. Just no questions. Accepts the presence and onslaught of hornets. Major Zero, I got this with the official PlayStation magazine that carried the demo back in 2004. It's, later. They also really kept the playground. They put so many like unique features in these first three areas to get the playground feeling just right. I'm really glad that you actually do run through here again in at the start of Operation Snake Eater, because this is the only time the bridge shows up, and that's there's a lot of possibility there. So giving the player a second chance to come by and revisit that's kind of cool. Actually, really neat. Actually, really curious to see if these guys return. There we go. I agree on MGS4's potential, Dreambalm. I think it's very unfortunate that the game did not do more with what it had than it did. I actually was expecting it to be much more like that than it was. And yeah, Major Zero, this was a joy to receive and unpack when it came through. I was very excited by this. There we go. Did you run over here? Or did I lose both of you? It's like we lost both of them. Cool. Better luck shooting these ropes with the handgun in first person than I am with the sniper rifle. Okay. See if we can lure you guys over here now. Whoop! No, 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 no. Definitely did not want to do that. I did like, in this game, how they, how they kept the grip meter. They just attached it to your stamina bar. And yes, silencers are very, very loud. They do not do the movie quality suppression they have the reputation for. Let's get out of the corner view there. Cool. Check something real fast. I seem to remember the codec calls in this being fairly deep for a playable demo. Something you could really sink your teeth into.
ソコロフはそこから北にある廃工場にいるはずだ。北へ向かってくれ。ソコロフはそこから北にある
Or maybe I'm misremembering completely. Or maybe I'm remembering how they felt rather than what they actually are.
スタミナがどれだけ残っているかはライフゲージの下にあるスタミナゲージを見ればいいわ。スタミナゲージはその名の通り、あなたのスタミナを表しているの。スタミナが消耗すると、ライフの自然回復速度も遅くなるし、手ぶれも大きくなるわ。O2 ゲージ、グリップゲージも短くなる。小モードによっては、作戦行動にも支障をきたす場合も出てくるはずよ。 そうなる前に必ずスタミナを回復するようにして。
Yeah, I felt very happy that MGS3 had the same kind of codec depth that that MGS2 did.
少佐、ソコロフが監禁されていると思われる廃工場に到着。かなり朽ち果てている。
Oh, that's right. You could still zoom in like that. That's cool.
ここからではソコロフは確認できないが、警戒はかなり厳重だ。工場の外に保証が立っている。内部にも何人かいるだろう。
There we go. It seems to really chug when loading up the codec.
目標ソコロフは廃工場の奥北東部の部屋に監禁されているはずだ。
北東部だな。わかった。
気をつけろ。ソコロフを生きたまま連れ帰るのが任務だ。彼の身を危険にさらすわけにはいかない。危険フェーズではソコロフに接触するな。
了解。
それとスネーク、
まだ他にも。
いや、救出に成功したら彼に伝えてほしい。
何を？
遅れてすまないと。
それだけか？
あ
あ。わかった。これより目標への接近を開始する。
I think there was an additional, gonna move through this level a little bit more quickly, since it's getting kind of late. Oh, you stopped walking. Oh, stand up. Oh, man. How much I love just luring guards away. Using that tactically. I also remember thinking how funny it is that Snake has an entire pair of, entire set of clothes that look like bricks. And this is the only place in the entire game that you can use them. Might as well go ahead and do that now. Oh, weird. His posture changes in this when you go to camo viewer, even if he's hungry. It's interesting. I don't. He sounds really excited. Oh man. Hater Snake sounds excited too. That's a different kind of pitch. Almost sounds like a different person talking. Let's pull out some empty magazines here. Hear him scream. I seem to remember him shrieking more. Oh wow, they spoil Volgan. Well, not spoil, but refer to him even in the demo. Man, this takes me back. This is such a good game.
Sokolov だな。
早くここから連れ出してくれ。奴らが来る前に。
これはなぜここに？
あれが完成し、大佐の手に入れば、この冷戦は終わる。
冷戦が終わる。
そして始まるだろう。本当の恐怖の時代が。
大佐、敵対しているとは同志です。同志。
So cool.
大佐。
これから本物の地獄を見せてやる。
待っていたわ、スネーク。
That's a really neat audio collage. I can hear a lot of Grozny Grad in that. I don't remember seeing that MGS, that particular font for the logo. That's interesting. And relive tomorrow to survive today. I think, was that what it was? Yeah, it's neat. Yeah, there's a lot here. This would actually be a fun disc to go through on its own for a stream, but for right now, I think I'm pretty tired. It's nearly midnight. I'm gonna crash. So, if you're interested in the rest of this disc, we can totally do this as the kind of stinger segment of an upcoming stream. So, but yeah, I'm gonna call it a night. Thank you everybody for coming out. Thank you for the folks who have got new follows. And on Tuesday of next week, I've got probably the final stream of The Evil Within 2. I think we're gonna wrap that up then. And then after The Evil Within 2, we're going to do Shadow of Destiny, which is a Konami PS2 game that preceded Metal Gear Solid 2 in 2001 as a release date, and has a very Raiden-looking protagonist. Mexican Stinks, great to see you out here as always, and same for Dreambomb. I think y'all are the folks who are still alive there in chat, and Major Zero. So thanks for coming out, and 7:30 Pacific Standard Time on Tuesday. Have a great night. Oop.